Let people not say you were there, you did not talk. There's a scammer in town, P2B, that has just come out. Scamming people, lying, and people are believing him. And this is so misleading that this scammer, he can scam people so easily. P2B was governor of a state, Anambra State, for 8 years. Let us start from there. Anambra State is one of the most advantageous states in Nigeria because of the people of Anambra State. They have Onitsha, they have Oka, they have Inewi. Gold mines. These are the biggest gold mines in Nigeria after Lagos and Port Harcourt and Aba. They are the biggest gold mine. Money literally is on the streets of these towns. He was governor of that state for 8 years. How did he harness the resources of that state to turn around that state, to change the narratives? No, he's telling us stories. He saved 70-something. He did this 70-something billion. What is 70-something billion? That's what Wike plays with as toy in River State. That's a play money for Wike. A man should be judged by his antecedent. He was governor of a state for 8 years. Let us start from there. And let us start judging P2B from there, not imaginary something he will do after he has scammed us. For me, it is the duty of every one of us to make sure we don't fall into this Obidients. If you talk of River State and Bayelsa that were educational disadvantaged states, became second, third, fourth. River State and Bayelsa have been maintaining second, third, fourth, from being educational disadvantaged state to educational vintage states. That one was said, not Anambra. He didn't take Anambra anywhere educationally. Go and check. Anambra had always been in front. Anambra Imo had always been in the forefront of educationally vintage states in Nigeria. As it stands, any working governor can turn Anambra to become greater than Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Ogun State. Because Anambra is a gold mine. And these mines, the minerals are on the surface. You don't need to dig deep. That Onitsha, that Inewi, that Aoka. Obi did nothing other than lying and smooth talk. He did nothing other than lying and smooth talk. It's a God that I don't care. But let him not come and be lying. I've been tying one watch for how many years? Meanwhile, in 3 years, I have spotted more than 4 watches he has been using. My son does not have a car. Meanwhile, his son has a car. The man lies. Anytime he opens his mouth, he's lying. And his supporters, like the supporters of that neat-witted Osha were. Nnamdi Kanu. They come down and anybody who talks, they abuse the person. Once you come out to give contrary opinion, they abuse you. Me, your abuse doesn't bother me. Somebody who invested Anambra money in his family business. Somebody who invested Anambra money in his family business. He brought out, the time he was investing Anambra money in his family business, he did not know. He brought a letter that somebody, housing corporation under him, allocated land to him. And they believe these lies. It is the governor of a state that issues C of O. This is something that every idiot ought to know. Every idiot. That is the governor of a state that issues C of O. So how can an housing corporation chairman allocate land to him? All these fraudulent, simple 419 things that people do. And they think we are all stupid like them. You know they give shishi. You know they give chichi. So people go work for you. Say you know they give chichi. Oh, nah. You know they give chichi. Man, I no go, man, you no give on our chichi. Work for them free. When he be governor for this thing, he did not hold election for 7 years, local government election for 7 years in Anambra State. Where did the local government funds go to? Go to Anambra. Almost all the local government secretariats have been destroyed. Local government are closed down. The present governor is trying to open up the places. He's trying to revive the places. He's trying to open up the places. Is that what Obi wants to turn on? Was to suspend the election, statutory election, somebody who does not have respect for the Constitution? By which all
fellow countrymen and women, I'm here to address you once again in the course of our nation's history. I'm here to address Nigerians, especially on my brother and friend, the former governor of Anambra State, and the former vice presidential candidate of our political party, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is one of the finest Nigerians who is intellectually mobile and administratively sagacious. He's a great Nigerian, and by the grace of God, he has the potential of being a great president in the nearest future. I celebrate you, Peter Obi, and I celebrate your movement for a new Nigeria. I celebrate your conscientization of the Nigerian youth and public on governance and building a new Nigeria. But I want to advise that your time is not now, because you will have to wait for your time. I've listened to your postulations, I've listened to your arguments, I've listened to your deliveries, I've listened to your campaigns, and I can say that 90% of your campaign is dwelling on reducing the cost of governance. I mean, most of your campaigns is around cutting the costs of governance. And I want to tell you that the problem of this country is beyond just cutting the cost of governance. The problem of this country is beyond reducing the cost of governance. I'm not saying that is deceptive, I'm not saying it's pretentious, but I'm telling you that it is less than 1% of our national problem. Beyond cutting the cost of governance, and I want to say that cutting the cost of governance, you don't need to be a president to cut the cost of governance. If you have a very effective Minister of Finance, you have a very effective Minister of Budget and Planning, you have a very effective CBN governor, you can cut governance. You have a very effective chairman of the economic team. You can cut governance with the cooperation of a president. But I want to say that that is not our major problem today in this country. What we need today in Nigeria is to unify this country. Nigeria has never been this divided in our national history. Not even during the Civil War are we this divided. There is no trust between the North and the South. There is no trust between the East and the North. There is no trust between the West and the South and the Southeast. So we need one character who have the capacity and capability to unite us together as a nation first. Because we need to first believe in ourselves as people. We need to believe in our unity. We need to believe in our togetherness, even before we can make progress. Because without unity, there can be no peace. And without peace, there can be no development. So first, we need a unifier. Who can unify this country? Today, I want to ask sincerely, Peter Obi and his supporters, can Peter Obi be trusted by a typical Katsina man or somebody from the northern part of this country? Can he be trusted as an Igbo man by Middle Belters, by core northerners? The answer, in every sincerity of purpose of heart and commitment, is no. So we need one Nigeria. who is going to be trusted by every part of this country, who the North will believe in, who the South will believe in. And that person, without blinking my eyes, is Atiku Abubakar, who, when it was dangerous for any leader to talk about the issue of devolution of powers, when it was dangerous for any leader to talk about the issue of restructuring, he did, with every boldness in him. Today, Atiku Abubakar married a Yoruba man, have Yoruba sons. Atiku Abubakar married Igbo woman, he has Igbo children. Atiku Abubakar married Hausa woman, he has Hausa children. Married a Fulani woman, he has Fulani children. He's a pan-Nigerian, he's a true African Nigerian man. Only him, among those who are candidates of presidential, who are candidates of any political party today, seeking for the presidency of this country, have the capacity and potential to bring us together as a nation. So I want to say, it is time for us to think. I encourage the crusade, the movement started by Peter Obi to continue. Move from campus to campus, move from community to community, move from one progressive group and organization from this country to another, to campaign for the new Nigeria that is to come, and be part of the movement of Atiku Abubakar to rebuild, to restructure, to reorganize, and reboot Nigeria as a country. We must speak the truth, and the truth is the truth. You are a great Nigerian. I salute your political and intellectual sagacity. You are one Nigerian that I know. Tomorrow, there's a space for you. But for today, let us forget the social media drama. Let us forget the diaspora euphoria. The truth of the matter is we need a unifier. We need one Nigerian that can solve the problem of insecurity in this country. We need a Nigerian that will have intel from every security facet of our national life. We need a Nigerian that will get intel from Cameroon, from Chad, from Mali, from Benin. We need a Nigerian that has that capacity to solve the problem of Boko Haram, banditry, and kidnapping, because he has intel and connection with the security network in the South African region. And that Nigerian today is Atiku Abubakar.